Hello everybody, welcome back to another stream. But today in this stream we're doing some React content, but today we're not joined by a famous person on the side of us or in the saddle. We're just kind of doing some solo reacts, obviously we're like the off-brand of Joe Bartolozzi and stuff, off-brand Joe Bartolozzi here if you are interested in any of that stuff. Um, but we're gonna basically be reacting to the first one video today, which is about Friedrich Nietzsche's. I don't have very many videos lined up probably for us because I only have about an hour to actually about stream here and stuff. But I think we're gonna hop basically right up into the video. This is Philosophy Nietzsche's by the School of Life. Let's see what he has to say about Friedrich Nietzsche's. I don't know much about Friedrich Nietzsche's. I'll give some of my own opinions into this, but yeah.
The challenge begins with how to pronounce his name. The first bit should sound like ni, the second like cha, Nietzsche. Then we need to get past
Nietzsche. Friedrich Nietzsche. Nietzsche. I think I'm saying it correct.
some of his extraordinary and provocative statements. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger. God is dead, and we have killed him. And his large moustache. But when we do, we'll discover a thinker who's
Wait, that's him? He's the one that was saying that stuff? I didn't even know that. I've quoted this guy so many times then without even knowing I was quoting him.
intermittently enchanting, wise, and very helpful. Friedrich Nietzsche was born in 1844 in a quiet village in the eastern part of Germany, where his father was the priest. He did exceptionally well at school and university, and so excelled at ancient Greek that he was made a professor at the University of Basel when still only in his mid-20s.
So this guy was like smart. So why would he sit there and say this type of stuff, like God is dead?
But his official career didn't work out. He got fed up with his fellow academics, gave up his job, and moved to Sils Maria in the Swiss Alps, where he lived quietly, working on his masterpieces, among them The Birth of Tragedy, Human All Too Human.
No, he just left? He just up and left. He just was like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. Bye. Like, what?
The Gay Science, thus spoke Zarathustra, Beyond Good and Evil, on the genealogy of morals. He had lots of problems. He didn't get on with his family. I don't like my mother, and it's painful even for me to hear my sister's voice. Women kept rejecting him, his books didn't sell, and when he was only 44, he had a mental breakdown, precipitated when he saw a horse in a Turin street being beaten by its driver, and ran over to embrace him, shouting, "I understand you." He never recovered, and died 11 sad years later.
This is a minute and 25 into this. What am I about to get into? I did not realize how crazy Friedrich Nietzsche's was.
But his philosophy was full of heroism and grandeur. He was a prophet of what he called Selbstüberwindung, or self-overcoming, the process by which a great-souled person, what he called an Übermensch, rises above their circumstances and difficulties to embrace whatever life throws at them. He
was basically living. Like no offense to this guy or nothing, but your philosophy is basically just life. Like, that's the whole point of life, is to overcome the obstacles that is thrown at you, otherwise you will die.
Wanted his work to teach us, as he put it, how to become who we really are. His thought centers around 4 main recommendations. 1. Own up to envy.
That's actually a really good point. I just sit there and say I never really own up to my envy, and I never like to make it known that I have envy towards others.
Envy is, Nietzsche recognized, a big part of life. Yet the lingering effects of Christianity generally teach us to feel ashamed of our envious feelings. They seem an indication of evil, so we hide them from ourselves.
I don't really think it's evil. I don't know where envy would be evil at. I don't really think envy's evil. I think envy is just hold on, sorry, I must check my stream really fast. But I think envy is more of just kind of I don't even really know how to describe it. Like, how would you sit there and describe envy? Envy's not really evil. It isn't good. It's just more neutral. It's okay to have envy.
Ourselves and others. Yet there's nothing wrong with envy, maintained Nietzsche, so long as we use it as a guide to what we really want. Every person who makes us envious should be seen as an indication of what we could one day become. The envy-inducing writer, tycoon, or chef is hinting at who you are capable.
Oh, so he's basically sitting there saying is use envy towards like a means to better yourself because you will truly know what you want. And I mean that's kind of true because I mean if it wasn't for like envy and stuff, you would more than likely have really not much of an idea of like what you really want in life and stuff because that is something that you kind of do need in life is something of like jealousy and envy.
Capable of one day being. It's not that Nietzsche believed we always end up getting what we want. His own life had taught him this well enough. He simply insisted that we must face up to our true desires, put up a heroic fight to honour them, and only then mourn failure with solemn dignity. That is what it means to be an Übermensch. 2.
Dude,
Don't be a Christian. Nietzsche had some extreme
what?
things to say about Christianity. In the entire New Testament, he wrote, there is only one person worth respecting, Pilate, the Roman governor.
Not even Caesar. Or like nobody else really Pilot. Why? Dude, this guy better have like a good reason why, and I think the reason it's gonna be why is because like he actually had like some type of good in him, seeing that he didn't really know Jesus, but yet he was trying to get Jesus out there. But I don't really
It
know.
was knockabout stuff, but his true target was more subtle and more interesting. He resented Christianity for protecting people from their envy.
Hmm, that's a good point, actually, though. I guess yeah, it kind of does.
Christianity had, in Nietzsche's account, emerged in the late Roman Empire, in the minds of timid slaves.
Well, yeah, it was also kind of, I think, a thing at first. No, like, I'm not sitting here discounting Christianity. Obviously, Christianity has evolved over time and everything. But I really think the widespread use of Christianity in Europe happened because the Roman Emperor probably realized, hey, my empire's way too big. But if everybody had this common belief of, yeah, overthrowing your government and stuff was bad, and like rebellion and all this other stuff is bad, these people probably won't do it. And it worked for a little bit, but it didn't work for after a while because once again that wasn't a good fix to the incoming problems of Rome. Rome had a lot of issues coming to it. It was running out of resources. It was running out of land because it was promising land to its soldiers that were signing up and people were signing up on the road. It wasn't really doing good militarily. It wasn't doing good anywhere really at closer to the end of it. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say like oh yeah, Rome was like weak or anything, but like where the Huns came into like Roman territory, the Huns beat the shit out of the Romans. That was a embarrassing thing for the Romans, kind of. But they did eventually win, obviously. But once again, that was a really major thing that weakened Rome as a powerhouse there.
Who'd lacked the stomach to get hold of what they really
Now I don't know if that was in the time of Christianity though.
wanted, and so had clung to a philosophy that made a virtue of their cowardice. He called this Sklavenmoral. Christians, whom he rather rudely termed die Herde, the herd, had wished to enjoy the real ingredients of fulfillment, a position in the world, sex, intellectual mastery, creativity, but they'd been too inept to get them. They'd therefore fashioned a hypocritical creed, denouncing what they wanted but were too weak to fight for, while praising what they didn't want but happened to have. So, in the Christian value system, sexlessness turned into purity, weakness became goodness, submission to people one hates became obedience.
This guy's kind of speaking facts here.
And, in Nietzsche's phrase, not being able to take revenge turned into forgiveness.
This guy is actually speaking kind of straight facts, maybe. Holy fuck.
Christianity amounted to a giant machine for bitter denial. 3. Never drink alcohol. Nietzsche
Quick thing here. Sorry, we're about to go on a major rant here. I'm about to turn this fucking like 6 minute video into a 20 minute video doing this. But I'm going to quickly talk about my opinion on alcohol. I think alcohol is worse than weed. I think both are bad for you. I don't think you should do either. But I think I'd much rather be around the person that's always high than someone that's always drunk. Just my okay. Let's put that on more of a big thing example. Not high. Like I'm talking like fucking baked. I mean, like they're like sitting there with their eyes like that like I mean, dude, they're just like dead basically of high, or someone that's like extremely drunk, like blacked out drunk. I would honestly wouldn't really want to be around either, but I'd much rather take the high guy.
Nietzsche himself drank only water, and as a special treat, milk, and he thought we should do likewise. He wasn't making a
Big Milk. Sorry, I know this is like a Joe Bartolozzi thing that he was talking about a long time ago, but I've seen this theory so many times on the internet before Joe Bartolozzi, so I'm gonna talk about this also. Fucking this Joe Bartolozzi does not own this, by the way. I think Big Milk. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say milk's unhealthy, right? I think whatever you sit there and drink 2%, 1%, all this other milk, it's not really milk. Now, what, like, let me sit here and say this. Whenever I say it's not really milk, I mean, it is milk, but it isn't like the good milk, like the milk that you're thinking of, right? I think it's like a artificially sugary thing. I don't think it's that good for you. I think there's a lot better choices out there. But let's keep watching this video.
small eccentric dietary point, the idea went to the heart of his philosophy, as contained in his declaration, "There have been two great narcotics in European civilization, Christianity and alcohol."
Yep, yeah.
He hated alcohol for
Maybe tobacco?
the very same reasons that he scorned Christianity, because both numb pain, both reassure us that things are just fine as they are, sapping us of the will to change our lives for the better.
That that is true. I mean, a lot of things do kind of zap your will to change things for the better. I mean, dude, this guy's actually has a really good philosophy, I think, but some parts of it are kind of crazy. Like I think it's more of how the video is set up. It's more of a shock factor. I think he's trying to give us here, because like what's it called, whenever he was like, "Don't be a Christian," I was like, "Whoa, what do you mean? That's like really extreme all at once." But then he kind of gave more of a reasoning of why he said that, and it's like, oh, kind of makes sense.
A few drinks usher in a transient feeling of satisfaction that can get fatally in the way of taking the steps necessary to improve our lives. Nietzsche was obsessed with the awkward truth that getting really valuable things done hurts. "How little you know of human happiness, you comfortable people," he wrote. "The secret of a fulfilled life is live dangerously, build your cities on the slopes of Mount Vesuvius." 4.
That's being dumb though. Like, like living life constantly dangerous. Yes, obviously you have to have some type of risk in your life. I'm not sitting there saying that you shouldn't take any fucking risk in your life. But what I'm sitting here and saying is you as an individual need to weigh out risk for reward. And once you can do that, you have probably gotten critical thinking down.
God is dead. Nietzsche's dramatic assertion that God is dead is not,
I've heard this so many times that I didn't know it came from him.
as it's often taken to be, some kind of a celebratory statement. Despite his reservations about Christianity, Nietzsche didn't think that the end of belief was anything to cheer about. Religious beliefs were false, he knew, but he observed that they were very, very beneficial in the sense of helping us cope with the problems of life. Nietzsche felt that the gap left by religion should ideally be filled by culture. He meant philosophy, art, music, literature. Culture should replace scripture. However, Nietzsche was deeply suspicious of the way his own era was handling culture. He believed the universities were killing the humanities, turning them into dry academic exercises, rather than using them for what they were always meant to be, guides to life. He admired the way the Greeks had used tragic drama in a practical, therapeutic way, as an occasion for catharsis and moral education, and wished his own age to be comparably ambitious.
I don't know if that will ever work though. I don't know if people will fully ever give up religion. I think religion's a valuable thing to try to cope with death.
He called for a reformation in which people, newly conscious of the crisis brought on by the end of faith, would fill the gaps created by the disappearance.
But that's the thing behind it, is that it kind of seems like we're coming closer and closer to the end of this, but it's not being filled. Like, I feel like we're lost a lot of the fucking culture.
Of religion with philosophy and art.
No offense or nothing, like, our buildings nowadays are shit compared with these people. These people were building works of art up on their churches and stuff.
Era faces particular psychological challenges, thought Nietzsche, and it's the task of the philosopher to identify and help solve these. For Nietzsche, the 19th century was reeling under the impact of two developments: mass democracy and atheism. The first threatened to unleash torrents of undigested envy, the second to leave humans without guidance or morality. In relation to both challenges, Nietzsche remains our endearing, fascinating, often lovable, and mustachioed guide.
Pretty cool video, I think. Gotta sit here and say I did not really know what this guy's philosophy was. Guy pretty explained it pretty good in 6 minutes, to be honest, which I see it wasn't 6 minutes for us. But you actually get what I mean. The video was meant to be 6 minutes. Okay. Well, let's move on, I think, from philosophy. I'm done with philosophy now, I think. Let's see. What do you guys want to watch? You guys, what are we thinking here, dude? The philosophy of Plato, we could. I think we're gonna watch some. I don't even know. That's a 57-minute video. I was about to say, well, let's watch that. Never mind. I don't have the time right now to watch that. Okay. I think what we're gonna actually look up here is okay, what's it called? TikTok comments, yes. Cringe. Let's watch some stupid TikTok comments. Okay. I can't hear. Oh.
First time falling in love. First time letting your inner voice take over.
My inner voice tells me to do very bad things.
I think that's true for everybody, but once again, that's called impulsive thoughts, and you can resist them.
When my inner voice come out, everyone hides because they know I'm gonna destroy the place.
Suddenly, I don't think you know what an inner voice is for some reason. Because, like, no offense to, like, this TikToker or nothing. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's intelligence or age is or whatever. But the fact that you don't, like, are describing an inner voice like that kind of makes me think you don't really know what an inner voice is.
Fuck, you digging in me.
You digging in me.
Yeah, I always do that when I'm angry.
They all laugh. Then they stop.
I remember when it happened. It just felt right. It just clicked.
What do you mean it just clicked? Like, what are you on about? See, that's what I mean. I don't think these people have an inner monologue at all. Because obviously you wouldn't type this out if you did, bro. If you did, you wouldn't.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
If my eyes turn red.
It's like, bro, I don't know what you guys are like. My inner monologue's kind of like what gives me the idea of whether if it's a good idea or a bad idea, because it kind of judges me. I judge myself through that, what I'm going to say. If my eyes turn run, what do you mean even by that, buddy? Oh. Buddy, don't do that shit to me.
Red.
Huh?
I was in math class, and I raged at the math, and everyone had to go home.
Oh, brother!
Ha ha ha! I scare people, no joke! People are scared of me! I let my principal quit!
One time.
You let your dude, shut the fuck up, dude. No offense or anything. The fact that you don't even proper English there makes me just like, oh, dude. It's like, get proper English before you comment something like that at least, bro. Oh, dude, this video is actually like, stressing me the fuck out right now, dude. Holy shit. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why I watch some of these times. Because sometimes, like, I can sit here and enjoy these, but, like, sometimes, like, I'm sitting here like this, like, really questioning humanity as a whole. For just some of the stuff we sit here and say.
I got thrown again a locker and then heard my inner voice. Let's just say, I got expelled.
It's dude, dude, dude. Oh my god, you don't know what yeah, you obviously have no inner monologue.
My inner voice is scared of me. I am too strong.
You just don't have one.
Motivation? No! Just imagine someone at school who keeps showing off in front of girls every day. And one day he hits you to impress them.
An old friend of mine did that. And to keep it light, let's just say he went to the hospital with 2 black eyes and a zip tie that was tightened.
What does that even mean, bro? Like, what? Like, did you tie his balls? What?
You're stupid! The fact that after I read that, I smiled.
If I smile, run. And I mean, run.
Man, I don't know you user 92648264, right? But I'm pretty sure with that cat profile of yours, you ain't that scary, buddy.
I only avoid fights because once I'm mad, it's over for everyone.
He will pray after seeing the look in my eyes.
Welp, let's just say, things might get a little hectic.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
The adrenaline
is coming inside of me.
Be honest with me. If a car was coming at you full speed, would you move?
Yes.
Yes, I think anybody would.
Chuckles. I guess this is the end. Bye, cruel world. I spread my arms.
No, because roses are dead.
No offense, Nazi, but what type of performative shit is that, dude? No offense. Like, I think in death, like, if I was getting ready to die personally, for me, like, no, like, I know this is also kind of, like, more performative and everything. Like, put me in, like, the mountains or whatever. Just, like, let me, like, be in nature and just kind of see nature as I kind of just slowly destroy that. I wouldn't even mind if anybody's around me or not. Because I would just, like, when I hear, like, a stream and, like, a river running or whatever, I would just want to hear, like, water running and just be in nature, I think, in my final moments, more than in a hospital bed or, like, on the street or whatever.
Violets are dying. Outside I'm smiling, but inside I'm crying.
I'm about to blow.
Old me, no. New me, no.
I would smirk and be afraid of pain that will hit me.
Everybody else. No, I'm gonna die. Me? Haha, proud. I guess this is it. Finally, some freedom. Raises arms in the air and takes a deep...
What are we fucking talking about, dude? What freedom? It's the end. You don't have any freedom. What do you think, that you become in creative mode after you die? No. It's over, bro. There's no freedom anymore, bro.
breath reminiscing the good days. Fights in Japanese.
Hell yeah.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked.
Hell yeah.
Unlock bigger screens.
I'm good, man.
Motivation? No! Imagine someone pushes your bro and says, "Watch it, blind bitch."
Wow. Whoopity-doo-dah, whoopity-day. No offense to any of my friends, but you don't got your back with me.
Knuckles cracking. This should be fun.
I laugh at first, then I'll stop. I go silent and act as Bravo 6 and... go dark.
Rolls up sleeves. You're gonna regret this, pal.
Haha, I don't think they would do that in front me.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that would be what I imagine as I'm like hearing most of these right now.
No rules on the streets.
I'll be the last person he'll see.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
When I smile during a fight, run.
My eyes would go red, and my inner demon would go crazy.
They call me Baki for a reason.
Genuinely, if there's an 80% chance I'm not getting caught, I'm throwing people through walls.
POVU mom had an argument with an other mom. Her son just stood up.
Would love that. Fun little anime battle.
Nah, he ready to say goodbye.
Left, right, good night.
Shut your
Yeah, like dead ass and shit, bro.
Even though I'm a girl, I'll show him why I carry my dad's last name.
Don't you dare even looking at her.
Gets up. I'ma show them why I have my dad's last.
Bro, no offense or nothing. But I don't even know what the fucking video is even about anymore, but I don't think nothing's that serious. No offense or nothing, man. Like, nothing's that serious. Like, yeah, you should take some stuff serious, but nothing's that serious, not unless it's like a fucking crime.
Name.
I'm standing up and just look at him.
Sit there and stare with a killing eye.
Don't mess with me. I watch all serials and movies about karate, and I play WWE.
We do not care.
Ah, yes! Finally, I can relieve my anger issues from Rocket League and other games. Boys, is it true that you try to hide your emotions, even if it is impossible to not show you are emotional?
Dude, no offense or nothing, bro, but like, you are able to hide some type of emotion, but once again, no offense or nothing, but like, people act like men hide every single thing. Like, yes, I'm not going to be like going outside and be like, oh my god, I'm so sad. No, I'm not gonna do that, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like, if someone who I actually know and everything was like, yo, you all good and stuff, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm all good, man. Most of the time, if I actually really do am close to the person and everything, I will talk to the person about like whatever issue I'm having or whatever. Because once again, I'm not gonna be a fucking not gonna just sit there and be like, oh yeah. Like, a lot of people are able to easily tell if I'm getting angry or whatever, because once again, my fucking emotion is like red on my face, bro.
Just put on a smile, even if it's not real.
Inside. Outside.
Bruh, who is snitching?
What is emotion?
Never break rules.
Dude, once again, I don't even care who you are or nothing, bro. Even if you're a psychopath or a sociopath, you feel emotion. Because emotion's anything that has a feeling to it, like happiness, sadness, anything like that. Pleasure, anything, bro. If you get pleasure from anything, if you get sadness from anything, if you get any feeling from anything, it's an emotion.
Rule number 5, all right?
5 rules of life, in replies. 3. Never trouble anyone by bothering them. 4. Never cry in public. 5. Hide your emotions and always smile.
But what the hell, boy?
Yeah.
Most bleed feelings, like open wounds. I've sealed the chamber, heartbeats silent, shadows deep. When the void stares back, it's not emptiness, it's the abyss owning the soul. They feel pain, I wield absence.
Yeah.
Boys, please tell me, what's the coldest answer to how are you?
Don't say anything. Let your eyes do the speaking.
Happy then, you will ever